I'm Natalie D'Adamio. I'm a mixed media artist, intuitive guide and channel, soulful creator, lover of all expressions and color. How do we color our world, right? And today I kind of feel like a tiger pacing a cage. Have you ever been to the zoo and just saw the animal going back and forth? Oftentimes when I get so many creative downloads and hits, I feel like an effervescent energy bubbling, and that could be a problem. And also the opposite can happen too when we're like locked up and we maybe have all those ideas, but they're hidden behind this wall of fear, wall of whatever, wall of blocks, which often to me blocks are just hidden fears, things we haven't addressed. So what do we do with that? In this video, I'm going to break down the intuitive and emotional a little bit. And, oftentimes in our artwork, we're breaking it down compositionally, what we're going to say, composition, design, color. But this is a little bit different idea. We're going to talk about the energy and where is intuition coming from, and then make some expressive drawings. And let it be open, let it be fun, let it be free, let it be even strange. But first I want to set up a little energetic exercise and small meditation, and then we'll open up into the art. So there are a couple parts here, so let's get started. Alright, so we often heard the word intuitive art, but what does that intuition and intuitive mean? It can mean many different things, but for me, it's about tuning into the imaginary realms and moving beyond all senses into let's say, a clearing within ourselves. So it's energetic of nature, it's emotional of nature, it's opening the channels within us in order to then go and have a direct reflection with the work or with whatever we're called to express, right? So it's kind of working in tandem, and the more we practice opening our energetic body and connecting to our heart through silencing the mind, believe it or not, we'll create more space. And it can be really simple, and you don't have to believe it in order to practice it, because it's just is what it is no matter what. So I'm gonna just move into a little bit of simple things. It's very simple. Anyone could do this. It doesn't take much, and the first thing is to just bring awareness to the body, and the best way to do this is to just put your hand on your heart, and breathe, and you can be aware of the breath. Maybe do 3 good breaths, and just imagine it going all through the body, and when it's flowing out, it's connecting into all that is. And that's a little abstract, but that's why I love abstraction, because I see a lot of parallels within this ordinary world that moves into all worlds of expression. So just take a minute here to feel that. It's simple and we don't do it enough, right? But this is a great way to start your art practice, just centering and allowing, because that's going to allow whatever wants to surface. And then we're a little bit more open from where we started, to let that thing come out. But if it's been buried there for centuries, or decades or years, depending on where you are, it might take more than that. So that's why it's a practice, and it's a process of becoming and unbecoming and doing that creative dance. Anyway, so I just want to also bring in sound and bring in the repetitive beat of the drum. And you can work with any music. I love all kinds of music and all kinds of ways to follow that flow, right? when you put on your favorite music, then you can really let go. I mean, that's one way to open up more of the body. And in expressive painting, in that raw stylistic work, you know, that's what we're doing, is opening up the channels and becoming receivers and letting things flow through us. But if we've been locked up for a long time, it's going to be harder to get to that, you know, center of awareness. But, you know, all these little things over time are important. And that's what I'm here to teach. Hence this channel. So as a student of shamanism for over a decade now, I work with a drum beat a lot and like a very primal, earthy energy. And sometimes song, you know, becoming that receiver. I see like abstraction, being an artist, as just becoming a conduit for like all that is, which is a lot to say. That's why the practice is infinite and the process is, you know, not limited. That's for sure. But here we go. Just close your eyes. Connect to that beat. Allow yourself to breathe through the body and follow the flow and move beyond the space. Give yourself time to unwind, to open, to receive. Let whatever wants to arise, arise. Open your internal eyes and learn to see. Know that it's perfect just the way it wants to be. Breathe it in. You know, I wasn't timing all this, but it hasn't been very long. But if you've been following along with any of those processes, the simple processes, I'm just tuning in, you know, tapping in, and that's when we start to move beyond. And for me, abstraction is coming from not what I see. I'm always trying to see beyond that tree out there or that sky, like, and imagine what's possible and open to more understanding within myself. And as an artist, that's what I'm doing. But in the same vein with the abstraction here in color, line, shape, and form, I'm also like reinvigorating that inner child and that childlike nature and wonder. So then we'll get some raw, open expressions. So it's about like following the feeling and finding that freedom. And that is what I'm most interested in art and life, and excited to start teaching more into. Online classes are coming soon, and but right now there's these free YouTube videos as well, like to help you anchor and align to, you know, more than just what it is. So in the next segment here, gonna like take this energy and this feeling and this motion and probably just make some expressive drawing, expressive mark making, and I'm not gonna be judging what it is or planning it out. Intuition is like following the feeling and opening more to the channels within us, and receiving and allowing. And of course, sometimes we have to maybe determine we don't want to do something. But in this case, I'm allowing anything to be what it wants to be, and allowing the presencing of the work to kind of like take over, right? So there's the muse that like enters, and it's not always pretty, but you know, that's where I'm getting that primal raw energy, which is also freedom. But then at the same time, on the other side, there's that lightness, the color, and the intuition. There's like more than one side over here in art and life. So that's what I'm interested in, and that's what we're gonna do right now. So I'm gonna be working on Bristol vellum. I just had this lying around and I've been using up the sheets here and there. It's not necessarily my preference, but it's around, so I'll use it. And I'm gonna be carrying that energy, emotion, the intuition into these mark making moments and expressions, and really focusing on opening up more and allowing in the process. I'm probably just gonna work on these silently and then do a voiceover because I'm feeling like I want to be silent after I just did all that energy practice. It was small, but for me, when I open wider in those moments and really start to receive, because I've just been doing the practice a long time. So it's like powerful for me. And so if you're not feeling anything, it's because like you need more time sometimes. But at the same time, I can't really determine that for you, because sometimes things can come quickly and sometimes they are slower. We just have to learn how to have those awarenesses around all we're doing in art and life. So here we're just taking the energy that we opened up to and that awareness and accessing our energy and emotionality and mark making. We're really learning to trust the process. And I'm just going to be flipping in and out here, feeling the moment, letting that color flow and moving into the expressions. I'm not like worried about what is it going to be, but I do want to just feel into that expression of that paint and mixed media material and kind of just get a gauge of where I am this morning, in this moment. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just like really enjoying how does that paint splatter across the page, or if I make this crazy mark, how is that feeling in my body? And if I use the paper as like a paintbrush, what kind of mark does that make? And just allowing myself to really explore, experiment, and express in these moments. And that even helps me open up to more intuition by letting that allowing come through and accepting that these are just these marks in this moment, and the next time I go to do this, it's going to be wildly different. And that's what's most exciting, is seeing those expressions emerge and creating a visual vocabulary over time through these relationships to ourselves and of course to the marks. And it's all about that internal awareness and that external expression. All right, so that's what happened after 5 little moments, just letting go, taking that energy, intuition, and emotion, and really let it opening to the spaces and places within us. And that's what it's all about, at least for me, finding that freedom of expression. And we can do that in a myriad of ways, but I'm interested in that subtle body and those channels within us where we become the receiver and the conduit for all that is. And to me, that's where the abstraction dwells, beyond, you know, what we see. So on this channel, there'll be more things about energy, emotion, intuition, and of course, mark making and childlike wonder, and just having fun and being in the moment and allowing ourselves, you know, giving ourselves permission to really open to expression. All kinds of expression. So if you're new here, hi. If you've been here for a while, thank you. But consider becoming a subscriber. It really helps my channel. And also, if you want to get on my email newsletter, there's a free PDF that also links to another meditation that's private, and it's kind of in the same vein that we just did, you know, and you'll have that link to that. So thanks for journeying with me, and stay tuned because lots of things are coming, and I'm just getting started here.